Yeah, when we moved to San Diego in 1949, the summer of 1949, when Dad opened up his first shop on 317 F Street, right across the street from the Burlesque Theater at the time.
How did Felix get into tattooing?
He started apprenticed under Mac McKeever in Long Beach in 1947.
Yeah.
Mac had a shop.
Here's what happened. You know, he walk around and he see these guys tattooing on the pike, and you know, he had a sharp eye for money. You know, he sees this guy tattooing, and boom, you know, they're getting paid so much money all the time, and real quick, they're making a lot of money. So he went and talked to this guy called McKeever.
Yeah, Mac McKeever.
Mac McKeever, to apprentice him and everything. That's the guy that taught him. And he went from there. He worked hard, made the money, and went back to Tahiti. Yeah, and he stayed there until 1947. And all during the war, he was tattooing.
First shop was after he apprenticed with Mac. He went to San Pedro. He was there for about 3-4 months, but it was very extremely slow there. All action was down on the pike at the time, you know. So he went and talked with Mac, and he asked Mac, "Where'd be a good place to go other than here?" You know, he said, "Well, try down in San Diego." So packed us all up in the car. We went down there several times, looked around, and he found some of the tattoo people down there and talked with them, and said that's the place. So we all moved down there in summer of 1949. I've been there ever since.
Yeah. How was the vibe in San Diego back then?
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah.
People that was there, Painless Snell.
Yeah.
You know, they had about 4 shops there in San Diego at the time, and they controlled. They had the police department in their back pocket and everything. You know, because the guy they had a yacht. This is how much money they were making. They had a yacht, and then the police would take it out. You know, I mean,
take the police chief
borrow it from them and everything.
Stuff, you know.
Painless Snell had a yacht?
Yeah. What the heck is the name of Painless Snell's husband?
Yeah, his name was Huey Bowen.
Yeah, that's
Huey Bowen is his name.
Painless Snell's
Carnival.
Yeah. Painless was, and who worked there was Painless Snell and her sister.
Anyway, he used to come around. He says, "Okay, Felix, you better not touch him this weekend. I got the tip from the police. They're going to be checking, you know," and they did. Take my dad in, pay $50, and get back out and had to start tattooing again, you know.
He had the business sewed up, you know, with the police.
Yeah, this Painless Snell, they had everything all tied up, working carnival, carnies.
Yeah, and they made all their money during the war. The war, downtown San Diego was open 24 hours a day, you know. They had the Naval Training Center there, the Marine Corps Recruit Depot, and they had the Army base too out there, you know. So they had the 3 services, and there was thousands of people downtown, 24 hours a day, you know. And they had maybe half a dozen or a dozen shops then during the war.
Yeah,
and that's
they had a whole bunch of shops. I remember.
Plenty to go around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they control all of it.
Yeah, they controlled it. Because they knew the police chief and all the big wigs, you know, the city fathers, city mothers and fathers, you know. So.
I remember talking to one of the guys that used to work for them for a long time, and he came over and worked with my dad for a while. And he used to tell me stories like that. He said, "You walk up this, almost like a whorehouse. You walk up, you know, and then there'll be a girl there with a clipboard or something, and you say, okay, and then you find out who's free. Be a bunch of women work, all women, because during war, all the guys were gone, you know, fighting. So there was all women working. And they would just send him guy there, send this other guy there. That's how fast they were making money.
They would pick up the machines at night. Someone told me.
They couldn't touch the machine.
Yeah.
They couldn't touch anything on the machine. You know, they changed the needles, I guess, and adjust it or whatever, That's it. You know, I mean,
He would go on, yeah,
Boy would
go
do
around.
that. He'd go around with a like a wheelbarrow, pick up all the machines.
Yeah, he'd come around in the morning, pick up all the machines that was used the night before, you know.
Yeah.
Then he'd drop off a new set of machines, pick up those, take them in and tune them up and all of that, and bring them back the following day.
Who'd you purchase your machines and tattoo gear?
What's the name of the guy?
Spalding and Rogers.
Spalding Rogers is where
Yeah,
I was.
that was where you got all your stuff.
But yeah, where Buzz and I got all that stuff. From, yeah.
And,
How much were the machines back then?
Well, the first machines that we ever bought, that I've ever bought, tattoo machines, it was 3 for $10.
3 for 10.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really going ugly buck. Like I say, it was San Diego was open. There's military, thousands of military guys in San Diego City there, 24 hours a day.
They used to dump at 11 o'clock or something like that. 11 and 12 o'clock. These buses would show up, you know, would pull up across the street, and like 12 of them or 10 of them, and all these sailors would jump
Yeah,
out. The
white
whole
hats.
street, you know, the whole
Yeah.
Broadway is a pretty wide street, you know. These guys, all these sailors going down the street, you know.
They had a few hours off until they had to
Running.
get back before
Running to the tattoo shop.
7 or
Wow.
8 o'clock in the
First,
evening. You know,
first
their
in line, you know.
deadline. So they only had a few hours to get out and get their tattoos and do whatever they wanted to do. That's when they had locker clubs at the time, because the men couldn't. First, wouldn't allow the guys that had to come offshore, off base, with their uniforms on. So they opened up
Yeah,
locker clubs, so they'd come in with
Put on
uniforms and change their uniform, you know, and in a locker club there, and then go have fun, and then come back and put their clothes, uniform on, and they head back to the base, you know.
I remember the guys, the sailors would come in, some of those, they only got $20. So they come in there and they get something for $3.50. You know, a little heart with mom in it, you know, $3.50. And that's what we did all day. Those, the boots, you know,
Yeah.
like, you can take 10 designs off the wall, and there were the 10 that they picked, you know. Little bulldog, with a DI cover, and of course a Marine Corps emblem, you know.
How much were those going for?
$7.50 for the bulldog. Yeah, yeah, $7.50 for the bulldog. The Marine Corps was $12.
Names, hearts, flowers, and
And
things
then after
like
a certain time in the afternoon, that's it.
yeah,
Might as
the
well
leave
close
was
up,
over. They had to go
you know.
back.
They all went back to base.
Those were the fun times. Then.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, yeah.
And then Korean War broke out, and it really picked up there for those 4 or 5 years, whatever it is, there 3 or 4 years of it. That was busy just about every day, you know.
To get to the shop that it's at now, there's been multiple changes, and all downtown, if I'm correct.
Yes.
What were the reasons for moving shops so many times? Was
So they tore everything down and put new shopping center, new buildings and everything. So yeah, we had, and that was one way to get rid of us too, I guess.
yeah.
You know, so we moved. Yeah, that's why we moved to on Fifth Avenue.
So we just started at 317 F Street, and then up on Broadway, 2 different spots there in the arcade, and next door to the arcade, and we moved south there to Front and Broadway, and we were there for 5, 6 years or so there, and then from there, 1990.
It was 1990. I remember.
19,
You see, they were giving you a hard time to move in, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
But
Except-
Ed Hardy stepped
yeah,
in and helped.
yeah, with our help too from our dear friend Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy is the one that
yeah, he helped
helped
us
out. He
tremendously.
wrote he wrote him a real nice, you know, a good letter, and sent him one of his books about tattooing and stuff, you know. Yeah, they quit bothering us after that.
That's some of the early history of Tahiti Felix's master tattoo, our little knowledge of it, you know. So we're just passing it on and hope that the people enjoy it there. From what we've seen and down there, through our eyes anyway, and the voice.